We get it closer, right?
So let's show our teeth and our smile.
Go this way, maybe.
Yeah, that's how we do
Down.
it. Like that. This way. Okay, here we go. We're getting close. Now, how come it's backwards? That's just how it does it, but it'll be forward when we stream it.
But they won't be able to see it forward, right?
No, that's what we'll read it to them. But
Well, can't we stream it while I'm doing it?
we could. There'll be a delay.
Okay.
You okay with that?
Yeah. I rather saw the words. All right. That's pretty good. Right? I think that's good.
It'll be like a 6-second delay.
How long?
Not a problem. That's good?
Yeah. All right. Good morning, everybody. I'm very happy to see you. I'm glad you're here. We've got to do something a little bit different today. Here's the book. I'm going to read to you. That's the first page of the book, but it's going to be delayed. So you're going to hear me say it first, and about 3 seconds later, it'll pop up there. I'll just make sure I go slowly enough that I don't get mixed up. All right? If you don't get what's going on, stick your hand up. Don't let me know. All right? All right. This book is called The Lemonade Hurricane. A lemonade hurricane. I don't know what it's about. But sometimes books have, what do you call a person that tells a story in a book? Do you know the name for that? Like, in other words, I'm going to be reading somebody else's work. See, watch how long it takes now. Boom. See? I put it on the thing, and then it does it. A reader is a good word. The author writes the book, yes. Narrator, that's what I was looking for. A narrator is the storyteller in the book. And we're going to meet the narrator right away. My name is Emma. See Emma there? There's a red sweater on or something, right? Emma's the narrator of the book. Well, I'm going to try to sound like Emma. I don't know how good it's going to work out, but we'll try it, all right? Because otherwise, I don't think it's going to work. Are you ready? My name is Emma. My days are busy and full. Sometimes I like to stop and rest. You see, Emma? She stopped. See how long it took for my finger to appear? That's the delay I was talking about. Sometimes I like to just stop and rest. All right, we'll get it settled. This is Henry. There's Henry. What is Henry doing? Henry is roaring. Henry likes to run, wrestle, roar, and drink lemonade. I call him the Lemonade Hurricane. So now we have a little idea where the title came from, right? Yeah. Who's the Lemonade Hurricane? Henry. He sure looks like a hurricane. Look at the mess he made over there. His lamps tipped over, tables tipped over, the cat's running away. He's ripping the curtains down. Yeah. I think Henry's going to have some explaining to do when his mommy and daddy get home, huh? All right, let's see what happens now with Henry and Emma. She's going to tell us a little bit about Henry. Wait till my hand goes. See, my hands are over here. Henry's days are busy and full. You can see up top there, Henry's getting dressed. He's practicing the violin. He's riding on a scooter. He's having a snack. He's crossing the street, and the crossing guard doesn't look too happy with Henry, does he? Kind of running past him. Sometimes too busy and too full. Looks like Henry's doing karate over there, standing on his head. What happens when it's too busy and too full? Then Henry gets wild. You see him on the bottom there? Right over here. 1, 2, 3. Bang. He's getting wild. He's flunking his sister over her head with a pillow. When Henry gets like this, I try to stay out of his way. He's breaking things up. He's doing karate kicks. But it doesn't always work, Emma says. She tries to stay out of his way, but it doesn't always work, does it? Hang on. Okay. Let's see what happens. I really don't like hurricanes. Look at Henry. Do you know anybody that's a Henry? That acts like Henry? Yourself? Hurricanes can be tough to live with. All right, let's look what happens. I wish Henry could calm down sometimes. I wish I could show him how. Then we could play together. Henry's fun when he's not a hurricane. He's not so much fun when he is. You see Henry in these pictures, he looks like he's okay, right? So he's pretty much a fun person when he's not a hurricane. When he's a hurricane, not so much fun. All right, let's see what this one says. Maybe I can show Henry how to be still. Look at Henry's room. What do you think? Not great, huh? The next day, I'm going to see which way I'm going with this. I think I'm going that way. Yes. The next day, look at Henry. He's all over that tree, isn't he? What's Emma doing? Just kind of watching him. Yeah. All right, let's see what happens. Watch this, I say. But she's going to try to calm Henry down, isn't she? Watch this, I say. So the first thing she asks Henry to do is sit. Then bow. Then breathe. Oh, try that. Oh. Calms you right down, right? It does, works for me. When I sit, I can feel the ground beneath me. I can hear the birds chirping, and I can smell the grass. Now look at the picture on this side, and look at the picture on the other side. Emma's sitting. What's Henry doing? Like a cuckoo bird. Exactly right. He's a hurricane. Let's see what happens. When I pretend I am on top of a mountain, when I bow, excuse me, when she's bowing, see her bowing up there? When I bow, I pretend I'm on top of a mountain and I can see for miles and miles. And when I breathe, let's go this way a little bit. And when I breathe, I pretend I'm the wind moving the leaves in the trees. I can do it too, says Henry. Henry pretends he is on the top of an elephant and has to really bow really slowly so he does not fall off. So Henry's now pretending, huh? Notice what happens when he pretends. Not so wild, right? Let's see what happens. So now both Emma and Henry are listening and feeling and breathing. Looks pretty peaceful, doesn't it? It does. I take deep breaths. Henry takes deep breaths. We look, listen, feel, and smell. And guess what? The lemonade hurricane is gone. I think that might be it. It is. So, what did we learn from that story? What are some of the things we learned?
Don't be wild.
Well, you can be wild sometimes, but not all the time, right? What else did we learn?
Always trying to calm down.
Calming down is a good thing to do from time to time, isn't it? Sometimes things get going so fast inside you, it's hard to. Yes. That's right. It's very beautiful. That's what we learned. Yes, dear. Don't be. Yeah. Again, from time to time, it's good to go a little wild, but Henry really took it to another level, didn't he? Be mindful of your surroundings. Now, what does that mean? Be mindful of your surroundings. What are you mindful of? What might you be mindful of? Not breaking stuff. People around you. Not stirring up the whole house, exactly. Animals that might be around you. Birds sometimes you hear, especially. Right? If you're sitting outside, you can hear the birds singing. Personal space is important, right? I think that's always a good idea. Yeah. But what was she might? Yes, son.
No punching.
No punching. Definitely no punching. Yeah. What did she feel when she first sat down, she said? What did Emma say she felt when she first sat down and was still? I think she said she felt the ground underneath her, didn't she?
Yeah.
And you could feel the same thing sitting there. I could feel the same thing sitting here, right? You feel it, right? It's right there. But if you weren't thinking about it, you probably wouldn't notice it, right? You're just sitting. Well, you know, when I say you don't notice it, you're thinking about other things. If you stop everything for a second, you'll almost feel like you're floating. You could. Remember when he was sitting on top of, she was sitting with her head bowed, she imagined she was on top of a mountain, looking at all of the world around her, right? Our imaginations help us do that, right? We're not really on top of a mountain. She wasn't really on top. He wasn't really on top of an elephant. But he imagined himself on top of an elephant. And imagination is very strong, isn't it? Yeah. All right. I enjoyed that story with you a lot.
And now that we have prepared for you, we're going to go over some of those mindful poses. So Caleb, take it away.
Can I do it with them too?
Please, yes.
Okay.
Throughout the story, The Lemonade Hurricane, Emma, the character Emma, was trying to help Henry remember to be mindful and find his calm place. Now we are going to show you some yoga poses to help you be mindful. Here we go, friends.
So third grade friends, you can stand up. Make sure you have a young face.
It's a video?
Thank you for those of you that.
Hold up. Yeah, I need to stop.
This is
Well, you
super
can leave it. You can leave
special.
it.
We haven't tried this yet.
It doesn't feel the same. Oh,
Guys,
it does? Okay.
Kirschner's friends are ready. Sweet friends are ready.